Folks, good to see you on CoinPost. Today we're gonna talk about altcoins that make sense to hold for the long term, even if the worst case scenario happens in the cryptocurrency market. By worst case scenario, I mean history repeating in the crypto market, similar to what happened during the dotcom bubble, when out of a considerable number of internet companies, only a few survived. I must admit that releasing such a video was quite difficult. After all, I had to select the coins in which I'd have the greatest confidence in the long-term prospects. How I managed to do that is for you to judge, but keep in mind that this video is not financial advice, it's just a personal opinion, and given the risk to reward ratio, the cryptocurrencies mentioned in this video do not necessarily make up my entire long-term portfolio. And it could be totally different for you because every time you buy something, you need to do your own research and determine your investment horizon. Sorry I took so long to explain, but that's vital. And if you'd like to see the second part of my coin picks, which is also very important, give this video a thumbs up. When this video gets more than 20 likes, I know it's time. So hit that button, I believe in you. Altcoins here are ranked by capitalization, and the first today will be Terra, also known as Luna. The first thing worth noting is that in the current depressed cryptocurrency market, we still have an uptrend in Terra, which is a sign of strength. We know that much of this growth is due to Terra's developers' plans to invest about $10 billion into Bitcoin to form a solid base to secure their main stablecoin, UST. And according to this data, they've already bought Bitcoin for $1.7 billion, accumulating 42,530 Bitcoins. Looking now at Terra's rate and its position in the capitalization ranking, it's logical to assume that the cryptocurrency is already close to its peak, even though it's still trending upward. It's also important to understand that Terra will drop if the entire market falls. I'm talking now about dropping 50, 70 or even 90% with the price collapse to $10. It's possible, but I really like the fact that they started accumulating Bitcoin as a reserve. Because first, in case Terra collapses, having Bitcoin will protect their main UST stablecoin from price fluctuations. And secondly, it could be a long-term plan in the future to create a conditional second layer on Terra for the Bitcoin blockchain with its DeFi applications. This has already been announced by the developers of the project themselves. Additionally, they have partnerships with trade networks, which should give the infrastructure for the actual application of UST for payments. Terra is currently the top 2 blockchain in terms of TVL after Ethereum. It seems to be a good foundation for us to eventually see the Terra price significantly higher than the current high of $119, even though it may drop to $10 at first. Cosmos is a project that still has a lot to look forward to, unless the regulators kill the whole DeFi industry. But if they don't, then Cosmos isn't even close to reaching its full potential, and here's why. Look at the same TVL indicator that many modern crypto investors love. Cosmos is at the bottom, but it is correct to look at the current top 2 and top 3 positions, where we have Terra and BNB, because both of these blockchains are developed based on the Tendermint engine and are part of one extensive ecosystem. 263 projects have already been created based on Cosmos, and more will follow. It should be noted that this list includes both well-known leaders of the crypto market, such as Terra and BNB, and projects that are still gaining strength, which means that they will contribute to the growth of Cosmos. But some can be frankly called dead. I won't point fingers, just know that not everything released on Tendermint technology is promising. As of today, the main factor in the future development of Cosmos is the creation of bridges between the projects released on its basis. That is, combining them all into one ecosystem. This process is already underway. The necessary technological protocol has been launched and activated in several networks. It only remains to be used everywhere, and all participants of the united ecosystem will start to use it. Also, the Cosmos value may be added in the future by emerging projects that are not at the top of the market today, but already have a solid foundation to try to break through there during the next bull market. And we're halfway through the video. Next, I have 3 more altcoins for you. I hope everyone who's watching this video is subscribed to the channel and doesn't miss new videos that come out quite often. Next up, we have TRON. I got my hands on a lot of interesting data about the state of the TRON blockchain. A kind of research touched on the possibilities of the network, decentralization, and current use. If you study the early history of TRON, how they were developed and promoted in the market, and what projects were at the start of their blockchain, everything will drop into place. Their launch was very questionable, and the fact that the word scam is attached to them at this stage is largely deserved. By the way, even now there are lots of highly questionable projects on TRON, so be careful and remember that there is no such thing as free money. But now it's logical to look not at how TRON appeared, but what it has become. 50% of the leading stablecoin on the market goes through the TRON network, which is more than the Ethereum blockchain, which means that today TRON is the leading network for money transfers. It's a cryptocurrency with a fast and scalable blockchain, cheap transactions, among the top 7 blockchains in terms of TVL, and their main trump card is the top 1 among blockchains by the number of USDT stablecoins issued on TRON. To be honest, I don't expect TRON to make much profit. While they are masters of creating hype, I don't really believe Justin Sun has left the project. This could be a delayed cause for a bump when the next bull market sees his triumphantly return. I think that TRON will continue to be a valuable blockchain to the community and, as a consequence, has a long-term investment outlook. And finally, let's talk about the prospect of 2 altcoins at once, Decentraland and Sandbox. Let's look at them together. Here are some reasons to consider them for a long-term investment. First of all, metaverses are a global trend that is still very young today. This market is estimated to be worth billions of dollars in 5 or more years. And you can't rule out that humanity in the future will degrade so much they will actually live in these very metaverses, completely forgetting about the real world. A sad prospect indeed, but something tells me that sooner or later we will all come precisely to that. Secondly, there are a lot of metaverses being created right now because of the hype. But it is Decentraland and Sandbox that have established themselves as significant projects in the market. Newcomers can shoot up at the moment, creating hype on various occasions. Meanwhile, Decentraland and Sandbox open virtual embassies of real countries, branches of the world's leading banks, and top celebrities give concerts there. Thirdly, corporations haven't yet understood that people want freedom. This is about what Zuckerberg is trying to do. They will have their own token as a currency within the metaverse from Facebook, except it will be a centralized asset so that the company can collect payment fees, and this very commission will be set at almost 50%. Zuckerberg doesn't know it yet, but we don't need such a metaverse. I sincerely wish his project to be a complete failure and hope meta communities will be built based on decentralized network with normal internal economics. And I want to remind you that at the beginning I suggested to release the second part of the video on my channel. We need at least 20 likes for that, so hit the like button right now. And that's all I have. Thanks for watching. Your Coin Post.